Hey, I'm just recording a video for my blog. Today I'm going to be showing some exercises that kind of help me with my dystonia and my horn. And these exercises are they're not a cure or anything that may be able to help you. It's just what has helped me be able to stretch out my symptoms, or like basically smooth out my symptoms of my spasms and stuff. This came pretty far along in the process of recovery because I could only mouthpiece buzz for a long time. I couldn't really do anything else, and until I could get at least a sound going on my mouthpiece, and then I moved to my horn. And then when I moved to my horn, I started to try to just find a spot that was more comfortable for me to play in, and that tended to be around my low range, like my low F and below. So I kind of started to find a note around there, and I think I started on like my low F to kind of start working from. So and now it's like my middle C where I have to start working from. So I'm going to start my middle C, but originally it was my low F that I worked my way down from. And so I just kind of held that note and kind of worked down chromatically on it and tried to just feel things out in my face and see if I could keep practicing the pattern slowly and focusing on the notes where I did have the spasm or the tremor, figuring out how I can just keep working my way into those notes by using this chromatic pattern. So here's basically the exercise, and it's really simple, but of course with dystonia it's really not that simple always, depending on how severe your symptoms are. So I just went from my C down to my A flat, and basically what I did was I could only play it fast at first. I couldn't really slow it down because the more I tried to slow it down, or at first I started slow, but usually actually I started slow, but I shouldn't have. Should have started fast because faster is a lot easier for me on the chromatic pattern. And once I have it fast, I try to start slowing it down a little bit. And that's when it starts to get difficult, is once you start to slow down the pattern. And I eventually try to keep slowing it down and just testing to see where the tremors happen. But my dystonia is pretty good right now, so it's not really happening on most of the notes except for when I first tried to start playing, because I haven't really warmed up. But so when I try to slow it down, I try to get to the point where I can start holding out each note as like a half note and then a whole note, instead of just an eighth note run. And so I'll do a little lower one to show you. This one might be a little harder for me, but I'll show you, and hopefully you'll catch my symptoms on the camera, or at least you can hear them. So I have to find a spot that works really well for me first. And I found one. And again, this took a really long time to find the spot on my face that helps, because in the beginning, no matter where you put the mouthpiece, it doesn't help. But right now I found a spot. starting to hear I'm starting to feel some spasms on that note, so I'm going to go back and try and dig into it. Basically what I'm doing is that I'm working my way into that note from the lower note, because the lower note is more comfortable, and I'm just basically trying to gradually get my spasms to calm down as I go into that note. And I can't describe how I do it, but it's basically, I feel like if my spasms are calm on the note before that I'm playing, then I can work my way into the note that does have spasms and try to ease them out. Because I feel like if the note before where everything is easy and there's no tremors or spasms, I feel like if I keep reminding my brain that things are smooth on that note, then I can work my way into the next note that it might freak out on. But I'm trying to basically, I don't know how to describe what's happening, but I'm basically convincing it that it's the same as the last note, where there doesn't need to be any spasms or anything. And I'm doing that by doing slight little tiny adjustments in my face, like really tiny, like it can even be just like the slightest little like tilt or pressure on my lower lip